L on the beat.
Hey, we must have some serious witches and warlocks in that last one. We had to put the mirrors on, man. God dang. We got some breaking news and some heavy duty, juicy information for you. If you're tuning in, this is about to get good. Me and my girl, we read through that book, man, that Kim Porter's book. Right, we read through that book and we saw what was going on. Now we Diddy's some of his children are saying their mother never wrote a book. Quincy, right? It's her son with Al B. Shore. I think that Diddy got to him, according to what Kim is saying in the book, that Diddy might have been, because he sure was making like a lot of advances towards that dude on camera. And you know how Diddy is. Oh yeah, we good. We got our mirrors up now, man. No, they own us hard now. You see what we putting out. This right here tape right here is really the algorithm tape, because you see how they doing the rest of the stuff that needs to be said, so we can put these people, so we can end the spell. We putting all that out on the other side, and now they keeping that down up below 2,000, 3,000 plays. You see that? They don't give us 40, 50,000 plays on us stuff like that, because that's the real end. The Black Christian codes, all that, that's the end. See, once you figure out the game, see, the Black Christian codes is what the police doing to you right now. The unlawful gathering, when they see a whole bunch of Nubians in the parking lot hanging out, just kicking in minding their own business, the cops pull up and harass y'all, arrest y'all. Why? Because that's part of the Black Christian codes. But if a whole bunch of the other people get out there and they pile up in the parking lot, the police don't bother them because they're not Black. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep in mind, this is about Black Christian codes. This is about looking into the Dred Scott case. We put that out. Now, for you people that's wondering what's going on, before we get into it, we got to burn that first 7 minutes. So I'm just giving a couple of announcements. So for you people that wonder how Young Ella do his shit, so this whole week we studying law. And so that's why we putting all the law tapes out. We building our playlist out. We got a playlist called Young Elders Law School. You can go to that playlist, and there's a whole bunch of classes on nothing but law if you're a law student. And some of the stuff, if y'all, it's gonna be a whole bunch of more classes that are gonna be popping up in there every day. Uh, so we put out the Coda out of Rumby, and it's like another 2 parts to that. We put out the Dred Scott case, the analyzation on the Dred Scott case. We put out, we got like it's 2 more basic laws you got to learn because we just building it down. From the Coda out of Rumby is where the Jewish law come from, because you got to keep in mind in the Jewish law before Yahshua, they used to stone people. Like if you got caught doing committing adultery, they stone you to death. So if you go back and listen to the Coda out of Rumby, you'll see starting with the Coda out of Rumby, you'll see the Jewish laws come out of it. Then the Roman laws, and then the laws you got now is stemming from coming back from the Coda out of Rumby. They just had they made minor tweaks to it. They still putting people to death right now. Sometimes they putting people to death that was innocent, like they just did the guy. I think it was in Illinois. No, I can't remember where it was. Somebody could drop it in the chat. Where that dude, they had found, I think it was Missouri, I think it was, where they found out he was innocent, and then they said, "Oh, we can't let him out because we're going to have to pay him millions of dollars, and we don't got millions of dollars, so it just be easy to kill him." Yeah, see, I was back during that time. You talking about coming down through Bail. Bail is Enlil's son, dealing with the Coda out of Rumby, and then they like I said, that Jewish law come out of that law, because we got that tape is coming out next. My analogy on Jewish law coming from the Coda out of Rumby, Hollow Rumby. You know what I'm saying? They go, "Oh, he ain't saying it right. Oh, I don't like how he's saying it." Right? But we giving people time to get in here, and like I say, this whole week we doing law classes, and those classes are gonna pop up on a video side, and we'll be doing analogies to those classes coming here up at the end of the week. Once I get the other the main, we already got the laws of my act inside of that law book playlist. So the laws of my act coming is one of the older platforms of law that the laws of my act, they were from a different group. They were from the Najaru's group. The Najaru group wasn't as barbaric as Enlil and them. The Najaru group, the 42 negative confessions, was coming from Inky side of the family, versus and they kind of similar to the 10 Commandments. These 42 negative confessions is coming, like I say, coming from Inky side. But the barbaric law that they under now, this Roman law that they under now, is stemming down from the Coda of the Rumby. If he, like, they had stuff like, if you come accuse a man of doing something, if you come and snitch on a guy, and then come to find out your all your information ain't straight, then they put you to death. Put him to death because he said that guy, he came to snitch on a guy. His information, you can't prove that guy was lying, and or that guy was guilty, and boom, so he put you to death. So back then, you go listen to that stuff, man, and they still was doing it, like up until if you read they book, up until Yahshua. Even when Yahshua came, they brought a lady to her and said to Yahshua, they said that in the books, in their rules, in their laws, that if a woman is caught committing adultery, she shall be put to death. That's the same thing in the Coda of the Rumba. Yeah, but now that we got about 7 minutes burned, we can get into we'll talk about that on another class. We'll get into the codes. And keep in mind what a code is. It's a program. The codes, you got codes and codes, commercial code, and code this and code that, and the black codes. And you ain't figured out this the matrix yet. All these codes, why they hitting you with all these codes? Right? Keep in mind. So we're gonna get into that on another class. We talking about the Kim Porter's book. Ooh. Ah, right. So me and my girl, we read the book, right? We read through the book and we saw the names that she dropped, and we're gonna be dropping some of them names. And it's quite interesting because they said because the Diddy's children is saying that, oh, this book is a fraud, and that Cam Porter didn't write no book, and that somebody made this book up. And I was thinking to myself, we got to look at our perspectives. And I was thinking that, okay, either Cam Porter wrote this book, and they said that Cam Porter wrote the book and gave a copy of it to her friend. Now, the reason why her friend took so long to put it out is because Diddy had people. She said that Diddy had people watching her, and if she would have put that book out, like before Diddy got arrested or something, she would have got it. Diddy probably would have took her out because, and from what Cam Porter says in the book, that I think she had 2 or 3 boyfriends, and all of them died the same way. They died from pneumonia. All her boyfriends died from pneumonia. I think she died the same way. I want to say she had a boyfriend. Diddy found out about it, and then all of a sudden they died of pneumonia. Next week or two. You know what I'm saying? And so what made Cam Porter put this book together is really to get it. She was trying to get she was really using Diddy on tactic against him. Now, so I found out a lot more about Diddy's and I put it together. You know how Young Ella do. So we've been watching Diddy for a while and seeing what he was doing. We know it's a distraction. It's really a distraction to keep you from knowing about Joe Biden's son pleading guilty to working with the Russians in exchange for his dad as they and to be in their pockets. The Russians, Joe Biden working for the Russians. Yeah, so they ain't telling you that he testified to be guilty in the U.S. Supreme Court, but they telling you about Diddy. So it's always a smoke screen get cover up. But we'll talk about that too. But why they using Diddy as the fall guy? Okay, and keep in mind, they're trying to Rico him so they can steal all his assets. That's what this is about. Rico and stealing his assets. He really pissed somebody off on the high table, right? But we really talking about Cam Porter's book, but all this ties into it because she gave little hints of connections with Clyde Davis and the rest of them. Because Diddy go back with Clyde Davis and L.A. Reid now, and a lot of people in the industry. Shout out Fat Joe, man, and Pushy T. Shout out Pushy for sure, man, because Pushy, yeah, shout out Pushy. That's all we're gonna say. We ain't gonna put you too much on blast, Pushy. Uh, because you cool for hooking us up. A lot of them guys were wearing ankle monitors. Went before Diddy got arrested because they was already snitching on Diddy. We'll just say that part. Uh, but a lot of people are glad that Diddy got arrested and that Diddy's off the streets. Diddy's a real monster when it comes down to the industry. Diddy is the industry mobster. You might say, what you mean, young Elder? How is Diddy the industry mobster? Because Diddy had a plan to be the man. And how he's gonna be the man? He used COINTELPRO tactics of leverage. And how did he do that? These people, they wanted to get certain doors open in the music industry, and Diddy had keys to those doors. So when they came to Diddy was asking if you throw a part, if you come to one of my parties and party with me. And you know what that entails of? A lot of baby oil, you know what I'm saying? A couple other things when you go to one of them Diddy parties. And so what Diddy was doing is at all his parties and all the rooms, he'd install hidden cameras all over the room where he can get 3D, 4D angles of the people that's at these parties when they are now doing these freak offs. And keep in mind, Diddy, this goes back to the Illuminati and the 200 Fallen. When they came to the land of Nod, they was doing these freak offs, these Etruscan niggas, these Romans, right? And that continued down to the Greeks, and and Greek back in Caesar and all them. And you go watch it's a series out called the Gladiators, where they show you that these Romans used to have all these big orgy parties, these big freak offs. Where the man, I saw it was a dude up in there. He was a buff dude, right? And he was up in that, he like one of the soldiers. And if one of the royal people said, I want to take him to the back, that you got to go to the back with him. And he and the little bitty dude in there busting a big soldier dude up, busting him up from the back. So this been going on for thousands of years. And Diddy, just these elites people, they do this as rituals. And so Diddy was a part of it. Right. So I'm just leading you up to how he got into the freak offs. The freak offs go all the way back to the land of Nod, the land of nude, with the 200 Gigis who came to Murdoch's wedding and they had a freak off, pretty much. All right. So Diddy is one of the 200 fallen. I'm starting to put it together now, how he was moving. He one of the 200 fallen. Now, a lot of people in the industry are glad that in the entertainment business are glad that Diddy got arrested. Why? Because Diddy was extorting them. Diddy was extorting a lot of people in the industry. How? Because they came to his party, they got drunk, they might have got something slipped in their drink, they might have got something, that took them to a whole nother level, and they went and did a little stuff that they wasn't thinking that was being recorded. And Diddy got them on tape. And then Diddy he don't tell you right off. He get you on tape first. And then when he give you time to come down, maybe a week or two, then he say, hey, he call you up. Ursha, call you up. Justin Bieber, Bow Wow. He call these guys up and say, hey, man, you may want to come have a meeting with me. Have a sit down. Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, Kevin Hart. Shaq and his whole family. Shaq and his whole family, man. Dwayne Wade, Gabriel Union, Jada Pickett, Will Smith. All these people that Kim Porter mentioned in her book, right? That Diddy was at the freak offs with Diddy. And she even said she allegedly slept with Jada Pickett and Russell Simmons' old lady, Kamala Simmons, I think that's her name. Yeah, Shaq and his whole family. That nigga said that nasty. He said that with little stank on his breath, with booty on his breath. Shaq and his whole family. Like what the hell? That was creepy and grimy and just creepy, man. That was creepy. Yeah, but he got cameras at these houses, at these parties, and these people going to party with Diddy, and Diddy film them. Then, like I say, he call him up and he say, "You need to come have a meeting with me." Then he in his office at Bad Boy, he had this little TV inside the wall, and the wall opened up, and you can see the TV. So he just hit a button, and the wall opened up, boom, and then it showed the person on there getting their can open from the back. And did he play a little bit of it? Then he cut it off and closed the thing back, right? And he says there's copies of that. Now he says from this point on, I want you to start paying me $10,000 a month. And if you don't pay that $10,000, this tape will go out. And I'll blur my face out. Then I'll blur me out and just show you getting hit from the back. And so you can pay me $10,000 or your career is over. And most people paid the money, like Al B. Shore, Ursha, Justin Bieber, Bow Wow, Snoop Dogg, Shaq and his whole family, Kevin Hart. He was extorting everybody. T.D. Jakes. So Kim Porter said that that she believed that P. Diddy had to put the money on Pop because how the story goes is she met Diddy through Al B. Shore, through the record label, and Al B. Shore, which was her boyfriend at the time, or and they was like, I think they had a kid. Quincy is their kid, the light skinned boy. But Diddy kept advancing on her and kept just being aggressive, trying to get her from Al B. Shore, and kept on messing with Al B. Shore's career. And then the final thing that made her go with Diddy is because Diddy punked Al B. Shore out in front of her. Diddy pumped Al B. Shore up in front of her, right? So that's what made her say, and then he beat on his chest and say, "Who's the man now?" Look at him. He's, he got tipped from the back. I'll be sure he's not a man anymore. I took his manhood. I'm a god. I'm a king. That's how Diddy is. I'm a god. I'm a king. He's a 200 follower nigga, man. I'm telling you. And so I think Kim is in a way that turned her on a little bit with Diddy, especially after she said that he told her that he loved her. Right? She said she didn't understand that he was manipulating her then with this, with the love you, and I just took Al B. Shore's manhood right in front of her, and then that went on. And Kim really, to be honest with you, reading her dialogue, she was kind of down with it a little bit. She was involved with the parties and all the stuff. She was involved with it. She was down with it. That's why Diddy stayed with her the longest out of all the girls he was with. And then they got her took out is because she started finding out stuff that she didn't want to find out about. So her and Diddy had off. She even tried to kill Diddy one time. Diddy tried to beat her, and she used the one of those things you screw off the champagne bottle with, the little cork screws, and she cut his wrist, and he almost bled out. He had to go to the hospital. And from that point on, within a little bit after that, Kim died right after that. And she said she had made some of her friend copies of that book. Now, before she had even saved it in the cloud, and Diddy allegedly she said that Diddy had people to break in her house and steal all her laptops to try to get rid of the documents of the book. And she said that she talked about them being at freak offs with Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, with Diddy and Will Smith in one room and her and Jada Pinkett in another. And they switching up. They doing swinging. They did swingers parties. That's what she talked about in this book. All this is in that Kim Porter's book. And she talked about that her and Diddy was off and on because Diddy was a crazy sucker. And she said that she really like he was liking men more than women because he was always wanting to see men do other women then do the men. Right? And so she go into detail in one chapter. She got a whole chapter in there called Pac. And in that chapter, she talked about how her and Diddy had an open relationship, and she met Pac and liked him and gave him some coochie. She gave Tupac some coochie, and she brought Tupac to one of the Diddy's parties. And once Diddy found out that Tupac knocked his girl down, Diddy started to be like try to play it off like he was cool with it, and he started to come up to Tupac and saying that, oh man, we need to have a contest of who can do it to her the better. See who got the biggest thing. And he was going like that, kind of like, trying to get him to get Tupac to come in the room with him, and they run the thing on her, right? And Tupac wasn't with it. Tupac was saying, man, what you trying to say, man? Are you on some weird shit? I don't want to run on chain or nothing like that. I'm good, my nigga. And they went back and forth, and then him and Tupac ended up getting into it, and then Tupac left. Tupac said, man, fuck this nigga weird, man. I'm getting up out of here. Tupac left. And she said from that point on, Diddy wanted to get rid of Tupac after that. Not to mention the thing with Quincy Jones, when he said Diddy said the same thing about Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones on some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. When he was dating his daughter. All right, so him and we believe that that Diddy made it put some money on Pop, trying to get him out of here. And I believe that he had something to do with Big too. I believe Diddy had something to do with Big getting took out because Big was trying to leave him, and he didn't want Big to leave, and so he set it up to the same niggas to go out to Big. Yeah. So also in this book, she talked about how she went when she started getting after the fight and everything. She just said she had this thing with Diddy, with him. She just had this weird thing with Diddy where she would just go back and forth with him, and until one time when she went to go over his house one day, and she was there, and then he left her there. She stumbled up on this room, just like this vault in his house. And she said she walked up in there, it was like a whole room full of nothing but tapes. and it had people's names on them, like Ursha, Bow Wow tape. She said there's a whole bunch. Some of the people she didn't name off. She just put XXX for some people's names. We wonder who names them is of the tapes that he had. So he had a whole collection of tapes with people name on with people name on it. Said Ursha, uh, Heaven Heart. These people, right? And she said she stole some of the tapes with the people names she recognized. She stole the tapes, and took them home and made copies of them, and then brought them back and put them back like in the same spot, right? So she had got copies of all these tapes and said that she was going to use that as leverage to get away from Diddy. And she said that once she found out she said that, he had hundreds of tapes with him and other dudes, the gay stuff. And then she said, but the things with the little boys is what really made her say, I'm getting up out of this. When she saw little Bow Wow, Justin Bieber, and Ursha and them when they were little boys on tape. And Diddy was using this to extort them boys their whole career. They had to pay Diddy their whole career if they didn't want to get exposed. That's why Justin Bieber came out crying after Diddy got arrested, saying, I'm glad that he's a monster. I'm glad that he got took off the streets, because he was getting extorted every month from Diddy. Diddy said, yo, Bieber, man, you better come see me, man. Rick Ross getting extorted by Diddy. Rick Ross had stopped the payments. Diddy came down there personally to his house to see him and say, hey, Riddy, since you missed a couple payments, now we're going to up it to 30,000. It was 20,000, but now we're going to make it 30,000. And you don't want them tapes to go out, Ricky. No, don't forget about the baby, Ricky. Ricky, the security guard, who stole the real Rick Ross name and act like he was a big time dope dealer coming out of some Miami plug or something, when he was a correctional officer. 50 already exposed him. 50 really already exposed half of these niggas already, right? I'm telling you, I don't believe 50 with them niggas all the way, because 50 be taught. He always used to. I don't believe, because 50 come from a different type of thing, man. You know, if you really know the real 50 Cent used to be a jacker. 50 got that name from another nigga that was a real jacker in New York. But they do talk about 50. They say that 50 used to walk around, and he used to be a boxer. So he used to go around knocking niggas out, taking their shit. He was like a bully back in New York, right? And say 50 was a bully. But and 50 was always at weird niggas, like Ja Rule, all them niggas, man. Like, he was always at weird niggas that was on some weird shit. So I like 50. Uh, but that's near the here. But Diddy was extorting these guys. That everybody paying him every month. That's how I was wondering, man, how Diddy still in the game? Diddy's still in the game because half of the industry paying him extortion money every month. He collected for at least like everybody that went to a Diddy party, went live, and now he got you on tape, and he using that to get money out of you every month. Meat Mills, you got to pay Diddy. We got that. Somebody released that it was gruesome for how he did Meat Mills. Meat Mills can never rap about no gangster music no more. He only can rap. I don't even know if he can really rap no more, because his whole career was based on, I'm on King of Philly, I'm the hardest nigga around. Now he can't rap no hard no around no more. He can't rap that no more to the people. Ain't nobody gonna believe him. He gonna make their stomach turn when he try to rap gangster. And they put him back with Rick Ross, and they tried to do like a little mixtape or whatever, but that joint didn't do nothing. Because we don't want to hear Meek Mills no more talk about no gangster shit. Meek Mills might as well be an actor now. He might as well go to Hollywood and start a career in acting, because rapping is over with for you. Diddy is that for you when he pumped you up the butt. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what real rappers. Eazy-E was a real gangster, man. Eazy-E. You know what I'm saying? Oh, quote me, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? You can see who down and who ain't. Only reason Ice Cube stayed in the game so long because he a prolific writer. And they keep people in the game like this so they can steal their shit. That's what they do me. The only reason they let me stay up, so because they finna eventually turn a lot of the shit that I did into movies, like the Redskins and the Najarus, and they finna turn that shit into movies. That's why they let me stay up. I'm telling you. And they shadow ban the shit that they don't want you to watch, like the Black Christian Codes. Denzel is my cousin, so I ain't gotta say nothing. Everybody get down in some form or fashion, but Denzel is my cousin. So I ain't gonna speak on Denzel. I like Denzel. It's always the two sides to the story. Like I say, I believe they just making Diddy the fall guy. Diddy ain't the only one in the industry doing what they saying. Diddy ain't the main guy. Diddy is the fall guy. Need to be figured out who Diddy worked for, like Clyde Davis, who Kim Porter mentions of in her book. And like I say, for you people that just coming in, Kim Porter said that she had 2 or 3 different boyfriends that died from pneumonia. All of a sudden, when Diddy found out she dating them, 2 weeks later, they died from pneumonia. Now, how is that? And then I think she died from the same way. Because Diddy didn't want that book to go out. And Kim Porter got copies of those tapes with Kevin Hart and them and Bow Wow and them when they were little kids. This Diddy is a creep and a demon. And he deserved whatever they give him. I'm telling you, man. People might say, oh, man, nah, man, I'm telling you. Diddy been extorting everybody in the industry. He got everybody on tape with the baby oil. Ain't no telling who. Some of the people she said XXX. I know Jamie Foxx was on one of them tapes. Mary J. Blige on them tapes. They might got Beyonce, and I'm telling because all them people was at that party. I think she mentioned their name in there in the book. And it ain't that the book ain't that long. It's about the chapters are real short. She gets straight to the point in that book. Right? In this book, man. Me and my old lady went through it. And I'm telling you, man, Diddy is a real, like, he feel like he feel like he was untouchable. The stuff that he was doing, he feel like he could do it and get away with it because who he connected with. And the people that he was connected with, they turned their back on him and made him the fall guy now. Where Clyde Davis at now, Diddy? Clyde Davis ain't even said nothing about what's going on. He disappeared. Russell Simmons, I heard they served him papers over where he was. Somebody said I don't know how much that's true, but they said they served Russell Simmons papers. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Jay-Z's and Beyonce's lawyer, and they playing the role. They playing off the role because they really ain't together. Jay-Z and I don't believe they together. I don't believe they together ever since Kelly Rowland had that baby. And yeah, that's Jay-Z. You know that Kelly Rowland's son is your son. Go pull up a picture of Kelly Rowland's son, put it next to Jay-Z, and you tell me whose son that is. And then put that baby right next to Blue and put Kelly Rowland's son right next to Beyonce's daughter Blue and see that they look like twins almost. And ever since then, you and Jay-Z and Beyonce been on rocky roads, and that's the same reason Beyonce's sister tried to punch you in the mouth, Jay-Z, on that elevator. A lot of shit go down when $1 billion on the elevator, right? Yeah, Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland's son is Jay-Z's son. I'm telling you, man. I'm a genetics. I looked at I studied his genetical features. He got the camel look. He got the camel look just like his dad. Go pull it up. Go pull up a picture of Kelly Rowland's son, put it next to Blue. A lot of people already exposed that already though. But so Jay-Z now playing it off like they're together, but they've been on rocky terms ever since that boy was born, and Beyonce found out that was his son. I'm telling you, man. And so now they are in the public because trying to make it like they're a strong couple because the shit going down with Diddy, and they was at a lot of them Diddy parties. I heard the baby say that, yeah, when I was at that party and Diddy tried to put his finger in my butt, Diddy tried to say screw over. Diddy screwed over close to him, try to slip his finger in his ass. And then he said, man, I ain't with that, did he? But he said that after everybody left, Beyonce and them was still there. And then he called out Sierra name. I heard Sierra talk about that too, about Beyonce and them was at their parties. He called Sierra name on that list. He said, Sierra. I'm telling you. I saw a video, I think it was on the Arsenio Hall show, where Mike Tyson was on the stage with Diddy, and Diddy kept on trying to slide his finger in his butt. And Mike Tyson said, man, you got one more time to be trying to, you know what I'm saying, doing what you're doing. I'm going to knock you out. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he tried to reach no more after that. But Diddy was always advancing on every man any man that was in the industry. He was advancing on that man, not just to hit him up the butt because he was a weird nigga. He was trying to get leverage on them. He was gonna get them back to his spot, put it on tape, and then 2 weeks later, after you think everything good, everything died down, he gonna call you in and say, "Hey man, I think you want to start paying me about $25,000 a month." They gonna say, why is that? I ain't paying you shit, did he? He gonna say, turn that TV on, take a look at this. And now you get, and they show you all drunk out your mind with Brian Pomper and some other porn star dude busting you up on the back. Cause he got friends in the industry that he invite over in the porn industry. He invite over to pump some of these guys so they can put it on tape. He'll pay them to come out. He tried to do Exhibit. Even the girl, Super Brain, I gotta say it like that. Super Brain said that Diddy, she had got Diddy on tape with fingers in his behind, and then she told Exhibit about it, and Exhibit blowed them up. We got it on tape on here in the industry playlist, and people wondering. Young Elder covers everything over here at Young Elder TV. We got the industry playlist. We got the Anunnaki playlist. We got the Galactic Family of Life playlist. We got the Young Elders. We got the Rod Hayes and Young Elder playlist. We got the Phase 1 and Young Elder playlist. I mean, we got all the doc tapes. We got different. We got the Ancient Egyptian playlist, the Ascension playlist, the Alchemy playlist. So we got it. We pretty much covering it. But yeah, said that Diddy like fingers in his booty. And then you saw that tape when he was on a Drink Champs with Fabulous, and he kept on saying, Fabulous, man, you gotta come to you gotta get to that party with me, man. You gotta come, man. See, you ain't never really partied with me. So you gotta come, you gotta really party with me. Because he wanted to get Fabulous on tape so he could be paying him Fabulous could be paying him $20,000 a month. And all you industry people that's watching right now, y'all know I ain't lying about Diddy. Diddy was extorting the industry, and everybody's glad. Shout out, says a new member. Shout out Royal. Y'all know Diddy was extorting people in the industry, and he messed over a lot of young boys when they were little and didn't even know what was going on. Diddy deserved what he get, man. I'm telling you, it's just the roosters coming home to roost, like Malcolm X said. That's what it is. He had people killed, allegedly, because we wasn't there to say that, but that's what people saying. People cars then blew up. When they get into it with Diddy, all of a sudden they call. And yeah, we know who your guy is, Diddy. D-Rock. And I think we don't know if D-Rock gonna turn on him, but D-Rock was one of his main guys that he called in to go, hey, D-Rock, man, I need you to go handle something for me, man. This motherfucker giving me a hard time. I got 10, he goes 10,000. Go over there and talk to him for me, man. They want to, you know what I'm saying? D-Rock come talk to you. Keep in mind, D-Rock was the nigga that took the gun charge for Big. When Big was about to blow up and Big had got caught with a gun, D-Rock took the charge for him. And that's how D-Rock got tight in with Bad Boy, because when he got out, they put D-Rock on as like the muscle because D-Rock took that charge for Big. Yeah, remember that, right? Yeah, Young Ella, we be looking into everything, man. So don't think we're gonna be looking into everything. But we believe Diddy had something to do with getting Big took out, because Big knew he was like that. Big knew what he was doing. Big could have got exposed him for the most part. Lil Kim, Junior Mafia, all them boys were getting pumped, man. I'm telling you. So it was over at least 35 artists that Diddy was extorting in the industry that were big time artists. They're big time artists making a lot of money. And some Diddy even try to say, look here, you're gonna bring me your masters and sign them over to me, or else I'm gonna put this fucking tape out and end your career. You will never make any money again. Right? You will never make any money again. Danny Kane, all them people coming out now to say Diddy screwed them over and stole their money. Diddy is a crook. If you got to deal with Diddy, you lucky if you broke even when you left Diddy. And like I heard Mace say, I think Mace said, because him and Jay Prince is going back and forth. And I don't think Mace know how much who Jay Prince is. I mean, he might want to touch you in New York, but you don't better not ever go to Houston after you did what you did. Don't never go to Houston. You might can't get touched in nowhere else, but you go to Houston and LA. You go to Jay Prince is had you done something to you in LA and Houston. There's two places you don't. LA, Houston, and Las Vegas. He got guys on the. You better ask Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre a billionaire. Ask Dr. Dre what Jay Prince did. Ask Floyd Mayweather what Jay Prince did. You don't got more money than them niggas, Mace. You don't got more money than them niggas. Them niggas had big that nigga Mayweather had 100 big niggas. The Mayweather team, he had 100 sumo wrestler niggas up in there. And Jay Prince niggas pulled up, and by the time they got through, Mayweather was saying, hey man, pay the man. Just everybody, come on, man. Somebody pay this guy. Get him out of here. He owed the Jay Prince $250,000. Jay Prince and them niggas pulled up with bats and chains and beat the hell out of everybody in that gym. And until they started, Mayweather holler, stop and pay him. I'm telling you. Dre had did it was a track that he had did for Scarface. And I think it had Tupac or somebody on there. And Dre had to clear the track, and Dre wouldn't clear the track for Jay Prince, right? Maybe somebody in the industry. I think it was I know what happened. Jimmy Iovine them called Dre and told him don't clear the track for Jay Prince because they ain't like Jay, and they ain't want Jay music since he was underground, rap a lot. They didn't want Jay Prince music to to get up there and get out there. So he didn't want him to clear it, right? And so Dre was really scared. So Dre disappeared and went hid off in the mountains, on the side of the mountains, right? Somewhere where you couldn't even get to his spot. And then when he went to hide out there, Jay Prince got some niggas to go find out where he at, went to his house, and then walked in there, got close right to Dre, and put a phone to his ear while Jay Prince was on the phone. And Jay Prince talked to him. And then next thing you know, the next day, that track was getting cleared. He said you could either sign it. Jay Prince told him on the phone while them niggas was there. He must have had a gun to his head or something. You can sign these papers to clear this song, or we'll put your brains on there. We'll put your brains on the tape. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what he told him. That type of business, man. So, but I like what Mace's response was when he said that I might not be a gangster, I might be far from a gangster, but I'm not just a guy you could do anything to. And I believe that. I believe that because them New York niggas too. Mace got some New York niggas, and he rolled with Cam. And them niggas got some niggas that some hitters. There's some crazy niggas that really, really maniac up there. They roll with him, like especially Mace. Mace, people think Mace, because they got a lot of stuff by Mace being soft, but where he come from is a hard area. Yeah, like where niggas will shake your hand and blow your head off after while they shaking your hand. Like where Al Poe and them and all them come out of, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but it's that type of thing. But hey, Robot, like I said, this tape ain't for everybody. We got other tapes if you don't like this tape. It's really for my industry people. And like I say, they don't be, holding this type of stuff back. They let this type of stuff go because what we talking about. If we're talking about Black Christian codes or something like that, they don't want you to know none of that. They don't want you to watch my tape I just put out called Big Mama's Banking System Follow the Yellow Brick Road. They don't want you to hear that tape. They don't want you to hear the tape we just put out called the Dred case, the Dred Scott case. So these one of them tapes where, you know, they can put us in the algorithm, right? And so yeah, that book really exposed a lot of people. Pretty much we already knew a lot of them people in that book, like Will Smith. He was supposedly on Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs. Chris Tucker, he was on Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs. Obama. And I'm telling who, man, if he had a whole vault full of number tapes, like hundreds of tapes, who all on them tapes, man? If he saved hundreds of tapes, she said a lot of them, it was just freak offs what he had with men. A lot of men freak offs with baby oil. They had a lot of baby oil tapes. But all of a sudden, Kim died right after she get into it with Diddy and she ended up stabbing Diddy up, and he almost died. His bodyguard talk about that part too. So she said it in the book, but his bodyguard verified that too. The dude Gene said that he was there at the hospital when Diddy came to the hospital and his wrist was split. And then he said right after that something happened to Kim. Right after that, you forgot about the white dude that just came out. They got busted by national security prior to Diddy getting arrested, who told everything. He said that DJ Khaled and Rick Ross and them was all good friends of Diddy. So it was just said like that. They good friends of Diddy. So that means that Diddy didn't got him on tape. I'm telling you, man. If you got to be a damn fool to trust Diddy, P. Diddy, how do you get in bed with Diddy? How do you get to one of Diddy parties and knowing you're gonna be recorded at his parties? Ain't no way, man. He recorded all them freak offs. Yeah, R.I.P. Chad Butler, man. Pimp C was snitching on them niggas. Pimp C said, man, y'all boys is a whole bunch of, man, I see what y'all boys doing out there in Atlanta, man. These boys, they riding around looking like girls, man, these boys. They really boys. You know what I'm saying? We know about the little boy in the Range Rover. We know about the little boy in the Range Rover, Mace. You know what I'm saying? Pimp C was going off on him. Russell Simmons, Young Buck, Ray J. They said that Ray J and Young Buck was lovers. Ray J is taking up for P. Diddy right now because P. Diddy got him on tape. Ray J on tape. Kim Kardashian, all up, man. He got a whole bunch of people on tape. And look, a lot of people he ain't called out on that list because those are people he really fuck with. He ain't calling people out that he fuck with. He calling people out that he is starting that, hey, you guys may want to give me a call. You know you got both give me a call. I got you on tape. I got you and your whole family, Shaq, on tape. What the hell was his whole family? What the hell was his kids doing now? Was they messing with other kids or something? What the hell is going on in this industry, man? Yeah, Ray J, Lil Brandy's little brother. Ray J is a wild boy. And him and Lil Buck was getting down. Him and Young Buck. You know, they caught Young Buck running out the hotel with a banana in his ass. Yeah, Young Buck. And a transvestite in the room with a transvestite. Yeah. They caught Bobby Valentino running out the hotel in Atlanta. And you ain't heard nothing from him ever since with a banana in his ass. And the dude, one of the trans dudes was filming him. Yeah. But Bobby Valentino, slow down. I just want to get to know you. Oh, turn around. Yeah. And what's the other dude name? Ludacris. Yeah, he got these boys on tape, man. He was starting everybody. Diddy is starting everybody. Diddy's a monster. And everybody's glad that he's going down. The whole industry glad that Diddy's going down. I'm telling you, man. Diddy know what booty smell like. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And he ain't got to me, Diddy ain't had no shame in his game. Like he didn't talk about it much, but he really didn't have no shame in his game. To me. Diddy knew everybody. Diddy just let you talk. Everybody knew that Diddy was what Diddy was doing. Everybody came, yeah, Taylor Swift, all of them. To me, he ain't had no shame in his game. It was, I'm God, so I do what the hell I want to do. If I want to pump a guy off the butt, yeah. They said that Busta Rhymes, somebody saw Busta Rhymes get out of a black tinted truck with Diddy doing this to his mouth. Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes. And all this is allegedly, we just, it's what we heard about how Diddy moved. And when I seen Mick Mills that day in that pool and I saw his look on his face, I had to think that he must be in that pool to keep his booty cool, because Diddy busted him up on that tape. Now that I go back and think about it, that he was in that pool, he was looking, he said, "How you doing, daddy?" "Oh yeah, daddy." Man, real niggas like Diddy don't have to do that to a real nigga. Then Meek Mills got a nerve to come back and do a tape talk about, "I hope niggas forgive me. I'm still a king of Philly. I hope niggas would forgive me for what I did with Diddy." Nah, niggas don't forgive you for what you did with Diddy. And you damn sure can't be no king after a nigga open your root chakra. That's Enlil's game. In order to keep you from keep kings and from ruling on the land that Enlil didn't want to rule, he had a dude named Buster. And he used to bust guys up from the back. Take him in the back, Buster. It's a picture. Matter of fact, I put the tape out about it on my Patreon called Enlil's Buster. And Enlil's take niggas in the back and bust them up. This go way back to Enlil and Holloramba, all way back to bail now, turning niggas out. It's called turning the guy out, turning his root chakra out. So, and make sure you bust him out. That way he can never be a king. So you can't never be a king, Meek Mills. Once another man's, because you got to go back and read the code when they bring you forth, and Tahuti and Melchizedek is standing there. Because I heard a guy say, I heard a Sabine brother, and the brother might have just said it by mistake. We don't know for sure, but the brother said that Melchizedek is Tahuti. Now, it's different perspectives on that. If he said, "Oh, Tahuti's a title," and that Melchizedek was a Tahuti, I can see that. But Melchizedek and Tahuti is two different people. Melchizedek is Murdoch. He's the oldest son of Enki. Tahuti is like the third oldest son of Enki. It's Melchizedek's little brother. Tahuti's after the order of Melchizedek. So Melchizedek taught Tahuti. And Tahuti being who he is, he took what Melchizedek gave him and added it to it. They really worked as a team. They actually Tahuti was the only brother that really dealt with Murdoch hard besides his little brother. See, like that's another thing too. Murdoch, what made my mother was mad that my father always listened to what Murdoch said. If Murdoch said anything to my father, that was law. Murdoch said it, so that's why I'm doing it this way, because Murdoch said it. So he always listened to his big brother Murdoch, and my mother didn't like that. She felt like you being weak to him and this and that. She always used to try to get him to stand up and be a man, be your own man. You don't gotta do everything your brother Murdoch say. That was that type of thing, right? And so, yeah, but Tahuti, like I say, Tahuti and Murdoch was hanging out a lot. He was one of the brothers that hung out with Murdoch, and they was always building shit and doing shit together, because they side of the family were builders, because their father Enki was the builder, was a fashioner. He was one that created different crafts and he was always building something. And Murdoch was the same way, and Tahuti was the same way. And Nergal, the second oldest brother. That's Nergal is Tahuti's. He older than Tahuti, but he born after Murdoch. And he was the god. He was Aristogel's old man, and he was a scientist like his Enki. And Nergal built weapons. Like he was him and Nertu, his cousin, which is Enlil's son. They the ones that built the first atomic bombs to try to drop it on Murdoch. So it's that thing. But we'll come back. I might come back tonight, man, with another class, since it's still early, and we'll talk about that. I heard that dude say that Sabine brother say that Melchizedek is Murdoch, and I think the reason why he's saying that because Doc is Melchizedek, right? But Doc wrote a scroll called the Sacred Scrolls, Wisdom of Tahuti, and Doc talked as in that book as if he Tahuti. Now I'm gonna tell you why he did that, because Doc said to us, and he said that different beings use his avatar to come through him to speak at times. So at some point, his little brother Tahuti came in and was talking and using his body as a speaker, and that's when he put out the scrolls of Tahuti. But that don't mean that he Tahuti, right? He Melchizedek, he Murdoch, he Mikael, he Amen in ancient Egyptian culture. Amen is the Tahuti's older brother. One of the names of Tahuti is Ningazita. Ningazita and Murdoch is two different people. But I'm gonna tell you what's happening, because I talked to one of the brothers. He said, "Man, he says Tammuz raped his aunt, and that's why Tammuz was a bad guy." But see, he got the stories crossed, because a lot of the stories is overlapping, because you're trying to make Haru and Tammuz a different person when that's the same people. Are you trying to make Damuzi and Osiris a different person when Damuzi and Osiris is the same person? So there's no way Tammuz or Haru could have raped. He's talking about is the sister that he raped was it's Osiris' sister. I'll think of her name in a minute. It'll come to me in a minute. But she's supposed to marry Satuk, but she ended up liking on Osiris instead. That's what makes another reason that why Satuk got mad. But they crossing the story of it. He said that Tammuz raped his auntie. In no way Tammuz could have did that, because Tammuz wasn't even born yet until after Damuzi died. So how you gonna say Damuzi and Tammuz is the same person when Tammuz wasn't even born until after Dammuz died? Haru wasn't even born until after Osiris died. So there's no way Haru could have raped his aunt. Don't even make any sense. But I don't know if he was trying to see where I was at when he was asking that, or what he was just saying that because that's his perspective. And this guy I talked to, he Nabu, Murdoch's son. So, but it's different perspectives. So when I put these tablets out, I'm writing the tablets right now called the Tablets of Tammuz. And when I put these tablets out, that's gonna be Tammuz perspective. The Holy Tablets is Murdoch perspective. Then you got Zachariah Stitcher put out books like the Lost Books of Enki, and it's whole bunch of other artists that put out writers that put out books on about the Anunnaki. But I'm saying they told it from their perspective. But the Holy Tablets is good because it's Murdoch's perspective, and Murdoch got a real broad perspective because he was 720. So he ain't just looking at it from one little small part. Like if you read some people write, like for instance, if you read the Behold a Pale Horse, or if you read it's another book called Puns in the Game by William Carr, I think is the name. Just say Puns in the Game, right? Puns in the Game, if you read it, it's told he writing from a Christian perspective. Like so he a Christian and he just telling you what the government doing, but he add his Christian perspective to it. So a lot of people when they write, they have Christian perspectives or they have Islamic perspectives. Even when you read what book is that? It's just the 24 it's the book that talk about it might be the 24 Elder Scroll that Doc put out called the Wise Man book, I think. The Wise Man book, when Doc wrote that, some of the books you could say, okay, he in the Islamic perspective when he writing this, because he spoke out against the Sabines, and he said that they said that the Sabines were sun worshippers. But then when you after you speed up and then Doc go into ancient Egyptian culture, then he going into well they weren't worshiping the sun, they were just playing reference to the sun because the sun bring life. The sun is pretty much But that shit even come from the nomos. The nomos taught these people that. You know what I'm saying? So it's that part. So you want the Anunnaki series, Royal? What you would do is go to my playlist, scroll over to my playlist, right, and then scroll down to the Anunnaki Chronicles, and we got probably like about 200 and some tapes on the Anunnaki. I mean, from everything, from what color they take a shit, from what they eat, for what it looked like on the outside of Nubaru, inside of Nubaru, on the backside of Nubaru, what India looked like, Inu looked like. I mean, we got the whole nine. We didn't laced it up for you already. So if you're new to the channel, some people say, "Where should we start?" Well, man, we like a grocery store, man. When you come to our store, you say, "Oh, I'm an Islamic guy." We're gonna tell you go to aisle 5. We got a playlist called All Religion. All religions. Matter of fact, I'm gonna break that playlist down into 3 parts to where I have Islamic playbook, Christianity playbook, and the Judaism playbook for all my people that's coming in. So you want to check that out, right? So we got the all religious playbook where we got pretty much everything you could think about on religion, and we're gonna add more tapes to that. We only got a couple more tapes to put out in that file, and we should be done completely with religious doctrines, which is really dogma. You got morals versus dogma. I got that book by Albert Pike. It's about this thick. You know what I'm saying? Morals versus dogma. And you go check out my tape I put out called The Fat Man's Letter in the Masonic playlist. We got a Masonic playlist for all you square business guys out there. We got about 100 and some tapes in the Masonic playlist. So whatever you're looking for, we like Walmart. Just you looking for this, go on aisle 7. Go on aisle. We got this, on aisle 25. What you looking for? Health food classes, we got that on aisle 2. What you looking for? We got all of it, man. We laced. So we've been in here an hour, man. If you're just not coming in, you might want to go check out the beginning of the tape where we talk about the Cam Porter's book. Like I say, me and my girl read through the book over the last couple of days just to see what she had in there, and pretty much what we already figured. But we found out that Diddy really is a real live genius to me. How he moved and how he was extorting everybody, how he think that he could just have his way. It's like he one of them kids that think, one of them people that been having his way so long that he feel like he could do whatever he want to do, and that karmic debt wasn't gonna catch up with him. What this is to me, because people that's rich, they say they got money, say that karmic debt is only for poor people. Hey, but you about to find out that you just calling it karmic. That's why you thinking it don't exist. So who do you call it? The law of attraction, the law of magnetism. So you may call it karmic and all of that. You got a lot of names you try to get out of. Oh, I did this and I'm gonna get away with it. Oh, hell no, nigga. That ain't how this shit go in the universe. And a lot of niggas about to find out. Oh, they been doing this shit for 20 years. Why? Because you don't know. Well, you know, because you made a deal with the nigga. Lucifer protect niggas. He protect his people when they make a deal with him. He says, sign your name right here, and you can ball for 20 years. Well, when that 20 years is up, you're going to have to give me some booty. Matter of fact, in the first 5 years, you got to give us some booty. But then at the end of that up, I want complete control. When the end of this 20 years is up, you ball for 20 years. You ball hard. You can get on private jets. Go to the press box at the Super Bowl. I give you all, remember, he told Yeshua in Matthew chapter 4, verse 4, he says, he took him up on a high mountain. And we like to use the Bible as a reference, right? Because we got a lot of guys that know, most of my people in America, they know about this book, right? And so he took Yeshua up on a high mountain, and he said, if you bow before me and serve me, and I'll give you all that you see. So Diddy has got all that he's seen for the how many years that he been doing it. He made Shine go down for that shooting. I know Diddy wish he had Johnny Cochran now, right? Like he had doing that Shine shooting. But he been balling all this time for years. Now your booty completely belongs to me. That's what the devil is saying. Your time is up. Give me it completely. See, I just had one cheek at first, but now that 20 years up, I want complete control. It's time now to pay the piper. So the devil coming to collect. It was a dude named Evil Knievel who made a deal with the devil. Keep in mind, these people really go back and get my tape in the religious playlist called "The Man That Made the Deal with the Devil," and he breaks down how the devil make deals and how it's really an underground secret society that talk to these beings. It's these beings that see the 200 fallen when Murdoch when Murdoch got mad at him, he trapped them, and they went out of body, and they got trapped in the fourth dimension in a temple down in Shambhala, right? That's shaped like a hexagram. These beings, they show you these beings. It's a movie out called not Lord of the Rings. It's the movie where that dude is that Perseus, where they do had that bow, and he go down there he take Tahuti bow, and Tahuti bow can get these beings out because they locked in this golden temple, and he go down there and shoot them and let them out. And then they show these that may be called the Immortals. The Immortals. That's the name of that movie. The Immortals. And the four beings come down and fight them to keep them in there. That's really the story of Mikael and his people coming down to fight against these angels to keep them down in there in a trapped in Shambhala. So, yeah, Immortals. That's the name of it, right? Jefferson. And the leader, that's really Mikael. The dude that's I think that would be Zeus in the movie, Zeus. And then he had children with Apollo and all them. That's really Nebu and a couple more people that was rolling with Mikael, like Gabriel, the ones that were really fighting. Like really was Uriel was one of the fighters. Uriel, Nabu and them, they was all came down to fight against Baal and them. But these 200 fallen, they need bodies in order to come into this third dimensional realm to use it. And so what they do is they make deals with people on this side. They say, if you give me your body, I'll make you wealthy, and we can. If you let me share your body with you, I'll tell you what. Go to this store, ask them for this lottery ticket, number 7, and then you scratch it off. It's gotta be $10,000, and they do little stuff like that. And like one dude said that they when they made a deal with him, they told him to go to the track, the horse race track, and bet on Lucky 7. That's he gonna win. And put all the money you got on him, and then bet on this horse. They told him all the horses that were gonna win that day. Well, he won millions of dollars to where the place thought he was cheap, but the demons had told him what horses to go play. All right, another incident. Jay-Z, he said that, oh yeah, I don't write nothing down. I just something just take over me, and I just start rapping it. A demon. Go look up the 72 demons. One of them look just like Jay-Z. One of the 72 demons of Solomon looks just like Jay-Z. Like it's a camel. It look like a camel face. Go look it up. One of the demons look just like Diddy. Who are these people really, man? Because the 200 fallen be walking around here amongst you, and now that you're seeing them going down. The 200 fallen walking around now, man. Damn people ain't gone. Spirits don't die. They multiply. Spirits don't die. So if them people trapped here, where they at? They walking. A lot of them made deals and got bodies to come to the surface. And you wonder why Diddy's so sick as he is. And you wonder why Barack L is one of the 200 fallen. Go look up one of the names of the 200 fallen, Barack L. And you wonder who Obama is and why he passed gay this and gay that, and understand what Sodom and Gomorrah was about and who was in Sodom and Gomorrah. And the only good more, it was a good more in Sodom and Gomorrah, and they brought that good more out. Melchizedek went and got that good more out. His name was Lot, as in lots and acres. And they said that Lot cast lots. They cast lots for Jesus' garment. And lots. He picked the land out that Abraham told him to pick out. Abraham said, which part did you want? He picked out that land. Abraham was a good Moor. But the dirty Moors, because people say, oh, you talking about the Moors are dirty. Not all Moors are dirty. Not everybody that came out of Aura was dirty Moors. Baal is the start of the dirty Moors. Baal has a Terry Bush on. Baal is the one that set up the secret order to herd the kids, the 144,000, called Baphomet. The Baphomet priesthood is coming down from Alaramba, the Cole Alaramba, all that come from Baal and them. The Jewish law come from Cole Alaramba. That's why they stone people to death. I told people this. Go back and really read your Bible and understand what was happening before Yahshua. For all my Christians, they kind of like get it a little bit because they understand that Paul was going to stone people. Paul stoned the guy, Stephen. Paul stoned the guy in the Bible because he was he was under the old law. Under the old law, when you did certain things, you got put to death. Committing adultery, you got put to death. Just like the Kola Al Rambam says, if his woman get caught cheating and she caught in the very act, put her to death. They had one said, if you come accuse a dude of breaking in your house, we're gonna throw him in the river. If he float, he telling the truth. If he drown, he lying. And then they said that look, so that dude could swim and they threw him in the river, right? He know how to swim, and then he make it out. The guy that accused him, he could take his house and his wife and kids. and then we're gonna put the dude that said accused him to put him to death. Them niggas say play around, man. Around my them wasn't taking no, they weren't taking no shots. I'm telling you, man. So it's like that, man. So Jewish law, the law that we going under now is based on that law. This law is based on Jewish law. That's why they say in the credit system, after 7 years, they take certain stuff off your credit, and that's Jewish law. The Jewish law, and like I said, I'm gonna put a tape out on it for people that don't understand Jewish law. The next tape that we put out is gonna be gravitated towards it on the video side because we just, like I said, Young Elder do every week. I do a theme. I want to tell niggas my game, but every week I do a theme. So this week is the law. So we teach a number of law classes on the video side, and we'll be doing analogies on some of those classes coming up here. And so that's why you see those law classes popping up. And it's mainly to get you out of the last phase of where we need to go, or the black, Negro, and colored thing. And that's a good question, man, Commando. I don't know for sure, but I don't know for sure, but it talks about that in Revelations where it says that the mountains begin to spit fire. And man, we hoping that Yellowstone don't blow, because Yellowstone blow, that's could be it for America. And but that do make sense based on the prophecy that Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the America's gonna burn for 1,000 years. Well, it's gonna burn for 300 and something years. It takes 600 and something years to cool off. That's what Elijah Muhammad said. This place is gonna burn for the wickedness. And I'm saying, damn, why they can't just burn the bad suckers? Right? Why they can't just burn the bad suckers? Because everybody over here ain't bad. Yeah, Hurricane Milton, which is an engineered, man-made engineered from the H Project. And keep in mind who in control of the H Project, the military. So what is the military doing? And then too, I hear them on the base, they loading up all these airplanes. What they getting these airplanes ready for? I wonder. Yeah, they getting airplanes loaded up on the base, the big planes, the bomber joints. You hear them firing them up. I'm like, damn, what the hell they got going on? It's really. And then the North Carolina come to find out, we already I did a tape. It was a secretive tape, right? It's a secretive tape where I dropped codes in this tape that I put out called Kamala Care Package. but people didn't really watch that tape. I dropped why the message in there why they blow those dams in North Carolina to still try to get that land. We dropped the tape in there. And the mayor goes live. Allegedly, the mayor goes live. They actually made this report on the news, and they said about Tampa. The mayor in Tampa said that everybody's got to get out of town, or you're gonna die. I said, why would he say that? Like everybody got to get out of town, or if you left behind, you're gonna die. He said it like you guaranteed to die. Like they gonna send people out to execute you or something if you ain't out of the town. This is crazy, man. They really causing mass hysteria. This is what this is. This is the order out of chaos. This is only the beginning of their charade, though. It's the beginning of their charade, man. It's all about control. That's what it's about. How can we keep these guys under control? We got to cause order. We got to give them the problem and the solution. The CIA created ISIS. They created the Taliban. And then they say they terrorists. And then they say, oh, yeah, we could take them out for you. But you the guys that started the guys. See, their game is we give you a problem, and then we give you the solution. And this solution usually leans to more control, us taking more control of you. So I believe Diddy is a distraction. While they telling you about Diddy and Diddy this and Diddy that, Joe Biden's son is pleading guilty to working with the Russians in order to pay his dad to take bribes to stimulate the American economy towards Russian agendas. He just pled guilty in the U.S. Supreme Court. They ain't saying nothing about that. Why they telling you about Diddy and Hurricane this and Hurricane that? Why they ain't saying nothing about Joe Biden's son pleading guilty to working with the Russians? Why they ain't saying that? We know Diddy's a freak. We've been knowing Diddy's a freak. We know Diddy is been using baby oil. We knew that back when he was messing with Felix the House Cat. Him and Felix the House Cat was up in there in the Greek setting sharing Hennessy glasses together. The DJ Felix the House Cat, that was his boyfriend at one point. Or his girlfriend, should I say. I'll tell you what Diddy got going on. And Kamala still ain't starting them people no money. FEMA bagging out, say they can't help these people. And then they tell Costco's, my girl was telling me that a lot of people went out and bought a lot of supplies, like paper towels and all this, spent $1,000 on this shit, like it's gonna be the end of the world, right? And then when that storm come and nothing really happened, because I don't think nothing gonna really be that bad. When that storm come, those people gonna try to bring all that shit back. And Costco's already said that they ain't taking them paper towels and none of that back. They ain't taking none of that stuff back that them people bought. So there'll be a lot of people going, oh, I spent thousands. Y'all ain't gonna take it back. Nah, we ain't taking it back. We ain't taking nothing back. No rice. They ain't taking no dry goods. They ain't taking no water back. Because people bringing water back to the store trying to get their money back after the storm. Because they done went and bought 10 cases and now they ain't got nowhere to put it. So it's pretty much sound like a money grab to me in Tampa. This hurricane is a money grab. So they done made millions of dollars off this hurricane, if not billions, in Florida. The state of Florida that made billions of dollars off a hurricane. So could this hurricane be some kind of money grab? Look how they sold out of gas in the whole state. They sold out of gas just about in the whole state. How much money they made off Texas? How much money they made off of taxes and gas? That all them people got to buy all that gas to get the hell out of town. Like all them people got to buy all that stuff that they bought just to get out of town. I think this is a money game. Keep in mind, it's always about money with these guys. Money and control and power. So if they doing something slick, it's a money grab. And just think about how much money did the state of Florida make off this hurricane. They telling you about the places they got towed up. They got insurance covering them. But what about how much money they made off the people panicking,
off of panicking, off of mass hysteria. I'm telling you, man. They done made the state of Florida, they made billions off of a hurricane. And so they don't need no money from FEMA. But like I say, FEMA don't want to help these people. Or they don't want to send that. They ain't really sending that much help in to help these people. I'm telling you, man. So they some sick jokers. But we're gonna get up out of here, man. We may be back. That's all we wanted to talk about tonight. Peace and love. If you want to hit that like button, that'll be cool. The subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Also, if you want to get those 8 books by the Young Elder, you'll send your email and the Cash App to the Young Elder. If you just want to show us some love for the class, we take $1, $5, $10, whatever you got. To the Young Elder. Hey, y'all need to check out them tapes I put out, man. On the video side. It's gonna be another tape drop tomorrow. A surprise tape. And we're gonna keep them coming. Non-stop action. So we better get up out of here, man. Peace and love throughout the boundless universe to all. We are what books? I got the Ascension Manual, the Galactic Family of Life, the Dream Scroll, the Language of the Bird book, the Orion Group book, the Book of Extraterrestrials, and all these books is thick like this. At least 4 of them. The Hustles Manual thick like this. The Scroll of Eyes, Volume 1 is thick like this. The Book of Extraterrestrials got over like 800 races in it. The Volume 1. I'm gonna come out with a Volume 2. And we got the Hustles Manual, and we got what's the other thick book? The Hustles Manual, the Book of Extraterrestrials, the Scroll of Eyes, and there's one more that I got that's thick like that. The Ascension Manual is thick like that too. The Ascension Manual is the one everybody talking about. And the Dream Scroll, the Orion book, the Galactic Family of Life. Yeah, that's the 8 right there. The 8 books. So then I got, if I can show you, I got 9 books right here that I got written already. I just got to get them in PDF form. But I'm like I say, I'm real busy right now with my boys and everything. So it's taking me a while to get them in PDF form. Like Big Mama's respiration plan. I got the Conehead book, the Feline book, the State of Mind book, the Riskian book. It's like 4 more other books that I got that's done, but like they finna be done. So I ain't put them out yet, but I'm finna get ready to put them out. I was thinking about putting them straight on Amazon though. Yeah, because we got the new AI to create the pictures and pretty much do proofread the whole thing. So it's lit, man. So we got the 8 books for now, and then we're letting them go for $40 donation, free will offering to the Cash App, and we'll send you the 8 books, and then we're gonna sell the other 8 for 42, so it'd be 80 all together for 100. We're gonna let it go for 100 for all of it. It's gonna be actually 8 books, 17 books. It'll be 17 books we're gonna let go for $100. So we rolling. We ain't no stopping us. We got a lot of people, a lot of witches and warlocks out here that think they high power alchemists, and they try to cast they spells to stop us and this and that. But that's a waste of time, man. So Hootie really was laughing at you niggas when y'all was trying to do that, and we knew that we was gonna come back and just steamroll the haters. We got this tape coming out called How to Steamroll Haters. How you steamroll haters? You gotta just keep doing what you're doing, and then when they hate, do it harder. Keep doing what you're doing, do it harder. You gotta steamroll these haters out here. Roll right over. You don't like what we doing? We bull. That's Murdoch's way. We steam over here with the angels of Mick out here. We steamroll haters. You know what I'm saying? We roll bulldoze right over you. You either gonna get out of our way or get down with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna keep going. That's it. And that's all. We love you all. Good night. Goodbye. Peace. Wadu.